This episode is brought to you by Good Charlotte. Good Charlotte is a band I started when I was 16 with my brother, and it is the reason I'm sitting here today. Thank you, Good Charlotte. We're going on tour June 20th, San Diego County Fair, Del Mar, California. And July 25th through August 30th, Good Charlotte and Avenged Sevenfold touring in the U.S. Starting July 25th, Thunder Ridge Nature Arena in Ridgedale, Missouri, and ending at BMO Stadium in Los Angeles, California on August 30th. Tickets are on sale now. We will see you at the show.
For me, I always just really loved making music.
That part is the best part.
Like, I really just loved it.
Well, you're good at it.
I wasn't always good at it. And I have my moments, but I just loved it. I loved the feeling of it. I loved how it made me feel. I loved how it was therapeutic, sitting in my parents' basement with all their storage stuff. Got a job, bought my own computer, 2 KRK speakers, a cheap microphone, was making beats on GarageBand with my keyboard, and couldn't even buy a MIDI. And I always just loved the music part of it.
Bad times, I don't wanna have bad.
You know, sometimes you make money.
That money.
Sometimes we make money.
I mean, in the industry, it's like, what are you gonna do? Sometimes you make money, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, sometimes you make an impact.
Ooh, that's more important.
And sometimes you make both.
Yes, that would be nice.
And sometimes you have self-discovery, which is just
a lot
as important.
of self-discovery.
What's more important? What's more valuable?
Self-discovery, I think.
And you
I know.
And you need money to live.
Yep.
And you need to do something that makes you feel like life is worth living, fulfilling.
Yes.
And you need to grow. That's what I always try to do on all the things.
Duh.
And then
How old are you now?
Oh, I'm very old. Take a guess.
What's very old? I'm not taking a guess.
47.
I was going to say 45.
I'm much older than you.
Not much.
You're just a baby.
No, I'm not a baby.
You look very young then.
Good. I'm not saying my age.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Age is a number.
Yes. Are we starting already?
We're done. We're in.
Oh, shoot.
We jumped in. We jumped in the deep end.
There's not even an intro, nothing?
No.
Really? You don't care?
No. I just like to talk.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because usually like, hey, what's up? It's Joel here with Bebe Rexha.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Artist
Welcome to the morning zoo.
Here we are.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I haven't seen you in a while.
Very long time.
We always just run into each other.
Yeah.
You've always been very nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. I try to be nice when I'm not in a bad mood.
What puts you in a bad mood?
Good interview. I don't know, life stuff.
Yeah.
Could be like relationship stuff. Maybe my mom says something to me that was annoying that day. You know, mom stuff or anxiety.
Anxiety is a big one. That's kind of a background. It kind of hangs around in the background, and you know it's there, and you wonder when it's going to come. Poof, push you.
But for me now, what I've noticed is that I've learned to, like, I don't run away from it.
You sit
just like,
in
oh,
it.
it's here, but it's like gonna go away in a second. And then I try to remind myself that when I'm at a party, like I was at Madonna's party the other day, and what I've just noticed is like everybody's probably feeling the same way.
Yes, I can guarantee that.
Right?
Guarantee it.
Yeah. It was
Guarantee
fun though.
it. If we're not feeling that way, we're not there.
We're not alive.
No, we're just not there. I'm just at home if I'm not feeling that way.
Oh, dead. That's hilarious.
Then I'm not feeling that way.
You're
I'm
right.
Only feeling that way.
I feel that way too at home sometimes. That's why I don't watch scary movies. I hate scary movies. Sometimes if I'm in the mood, like I want to be scared, but like why should I why should I put myself in that situation?
I'm the same.
Right? Like I want to like feel good.
My wife loves scary movies. I don't understand.
My mom loves scary movies too.
It's psychopathic.
Yeah, like killing, blood, all that stuff. I'm like, yo, pimple popping.
Yeah, all of it. How did you learn to deal with that anxiety? Practice?
I think it's not managing it. I think that it's about accepting it and not running away from it and knowing how to, I guess it's like you're learning how to self-regulate.
That's true.
And like you could be at work or whatever you do. And it's like, if you need a moment, like I remember when I was a perfume girl for a long time. I was selling perfumes.
At the mall? Yeah,
like the store. And I would have moments even just selling perfumes because I had to sell 12 bottles a day, but they were so expensive. And like, how do I get people to buy these bottles of perfume? It's so like, and then I would go to the bathroom and just like sit on the toilet seat for like 10 minutes and take a break. Because then what are they going to say? What are they going to say? Like, what are you doing? I'm like in the bathroom. Yeah. It's just to breathe, whatever. Practice. Even go outside for, like, you have to know how to like take care of yourself. And I feel like a lot of times I see with a lot of people, it's just they want to go, 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 go. And you just got to like learn how to breathe and self-regulate.
When did you develop that? Like, when did you learn that? When did that become?
Probably in the last couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's experience.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing over that doesn't work. You throw that out and try some little new. Very interesting how humans, we do that. Some of us.
I think it comes with age as well. My mom told me that when I was younger. She's like, it's going to come with age. And I was like, I'm like, she was right.
Well, you're a very successful person. So successful people have a tendency to
be high strung.
Well, high strung is something I think more like highly focused. If we're not aware of that and we're not focused on what we're interested in, which is like this long list of stats that you have of success.
Yeah.
It's a proof of work, right? It's proof of. But when you're not doing that and you're focused on some little life thing, you could point that same intensity at something that doesn't deserve that intensity, right? Because if we don't right size things in our life and make them the right size, we will overreact to them. And then, so learning how with experience, which I find with successful people, there's a through line with whether they are aware of it or not. Some people get there faster because maybe they go to therapy or they do this or they do that, and they exercise these different muscles and they become more mindful. Then you can organize a little bit more. You can measure a little bit more.
Compartmentalize.
Exactly.
But the thing is, I will say therapy is very helpful, but I feel, I know.
Me too.
I don't remember the exact stats, but like our health system is so based on like physical health and we're so behind on like mental health. And I think it's always been a taboo. And I just feel like recently in the last, 15, 20 years, it's kind of been more, because I'm like a fact girl. Like I love like researching facts.
You like truth.
Yeah, I do. But I think that we have a long way to go to catch up with mental health, and the fact that it could be so expensive, it's hard for people just to get that help. And I feel like I wish everybody, it's really nice to be able to talk to somebody. That's why like I did this thing with BetterHelp back in the day, and they were giving away free therapy sessions to my fans.
That's great.
I like doing stuff like that because I know how much that's helped me, and just having somebody you could talk to and just learning the techniques.
This episode of Artist Friendly is brought to you by BetterHelp. If you listen to the show, you know we talk about therapy a lot. I go to therapy, and it's not something I'm uncomfortable sharing. But for some people, they don't know where to start therapy. They don't have a lot of resources or options in finding different therapists. BetterHelp has thousands of therapists. It's easy to switch. If you try someone out and you don't like it, you can switch quickly to another one. It's a very good option for getting started in therapy, getting comfortable in therapy, and learning how to do therapy, because that's a big part of the process. So if you are looking to get into therapy and you don't know where to start, BetterHelp.com is a great solution. It's a great option. And I would suggest therapy for everyone. Father's Day is coming up, which is a great opportunity to talk about dads. And dads need therapy too. So if you're in the fatherhood journey, you need to talk to someone about it. You need to work out parenting styles. You need to work on maybe there's something you want to adjust or change or work on. You think you could do better. Therapy is a great place to work these things out. It's great to have someone to talk with about it. It's great to be able to work out some vulnerable things in the privacy of therapy. So all the dads out there that are looking to continue to try and be the best dads they can be, therapy is a great place to work on that. And BetterHelp is a great solution. Find support in therapy, sign up, and get 10% off at BetterHelp.com/artistfriendly. That's BetterHelp.com/artistfriendly.
Although I will say the techniques they give you are when you wake up, get sun in the morning. Like these are like the silliest things, but they work. Wake up, get sun in the morning. Like as soon as you wake up, go for a walk. I spoke to this life coach one time and I was like, okay, what's the plan? Like, how do I get to the next level? Like, how do I like up my life? And he was like, okay, the first thing we're going to have you do is walk. Yeah. I said, are you kidding me? Am I paying you to tell me to walk?
Move your body.
And even just walking, you know, it does something to you where like kind of everything that's in your mind kind of like falls out and like you could process things. But moving your body is important, being able to talk to somebody, and then also not being scared if you get to a point where you really need help.
Yeah, it's I agree. You're saying things that have facts that back it up. So the sun in the morning, it does something to get us on our...
Regulates your, what do you call it? Yeah, it regulates your circadian rhythm.
That's right. And then, waking your body up and moving your body is actually your systems. So it's your...
If I have like really bad anxiety sometimes, I'm like, I feel like running. If I go for like a run, it just like immediately, even stretching something, I think it's really important to move our bodies. And I think in this day and age, like even when I'm at the studio or whatever, or sitting in the car, stuck in traffic, I'm like, I didn't get any of my steps in today. So like when I'll be like touring and stuff like that, I'll just like go walk to get coffee.
Yeah.
And like make sure it's like kind of far.
Yeah.
Just to get my steps in. Get your steps in, everybody. Very important.
And find versions.
I think 10,000 steps is BS though.
Yeah.
I think it's like, for somebody like me, I think like 7,000 steps is like doable.
I think
the 10,000 steps, I don't know where that came from. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I don't believe in the 10,000 steps. Get 7. Let's start at 5, 6, 7. I think 7 is great. The 10,000, I need the scientific research behind that because I don't think the 10,000 steps is...
I think you're right. I think it's an average. So it's like the 10,000 hour rule is actually not a 10,000 hour rule. It's an average. It's actually, some people get there in 2,000 hours and some people get there in 20,000 hours.
Interesting.
And the average across everyone is about 10,000.
Okay.
So if they did the same with steps, it's probably something.
So where should we say like?
I think it's probably, you're probably correct. It's probably like 5,000 to 15,000 depending on the person.
Yes.
And their body and their needs. So I think that it's likely an average.
I just feel like, because a lot of my friends are like, gotta hit the 10,000 steps.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, like I was like on an hour and 30-minute walk and I still didn't hit the 7,000 steps.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's like,
yeah, you're
and
right.
I'm short. And I'm like, how many times do I have to do this? Like, they're like, walk 2 times a day. I'm like, I don't got time to walk to get like real like hikes in.
Yeah.
Like who's going to walk 2 times a day that long?
No. Who can?
Right?
Yeah. Who's got the time?
Yeah. Unless you have a heavy lifting job.
Yeah, some people have very active jobs.
So let's say 6,500.
6,500 is a good
I think
number.
that's the new 65 to 7,000. I'm just saying for some people, because it's like, imagine you don't walk and you get 1,200 steps a day. You're in a job where you sit down mostly all day. And then now you're going to jump to 10,000. It's like,
yeah. What I would say is...
we talk about the most random stuff right now.
We do. We do.
We're talking about steps right now.
Oh, yeah. But here's the thing. Steps could mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so with people listening, I'm always trying to see what really successful people are doing to be the best they can be. And also, if people see Bebe Rexha and they think, wouldn't it be nice if I could just close my eyes and wake up and be Bebe Rexha? They don't understand what went into the journey of becoming and being you.
Yeah.
And you're just like them. You just decided to start walking in a direction and you kept going and you didn't stop. So whenever any obstacle came or whenever anything came, but you're still dealing with the same garden variety problems we all have. And so if someone listening is getting stopped by something,
you're gonna, no matter what, you're gonna get stopped. Something's going to happen.
Always.
Something's going to happen and it's going to happen multiple times where you're going to get blocked, but go ahead.
Well, that's the truth of life. And so what they need is models to see, oh, they did that. I could do that too.
Yeah.
And then they find their versions of what going forward means, because the only way to grow, to succeed, to have what I think is like joy in life is to go forward.
You got to push. I feel like isn't that the whole point of life?
Yeah.
We're all living. I try to remind myself like every day, like, I read a quote. It was about like our moms and stuff. And it's like, we forget that our moms and our parents are just boys and girls living their lives for the first time.
Yeah.
They're doing life for the first time. And I think I try to be really compassionate with people, whether they're in their car, like cursing me out or whatever happens. I'm just like, we're all just living our life for the first time and everybody's going through so much that we don't know about. But I think keeping the momentum to go forward is really important. But knowing that the momentum won't always be moving forward.
Yeah, there's times.
So it's like you're going to have dips, I've had those dips.
Peaks and valleys.
Definitely peaks and valleys.
That's a career.
Yeah. Sounds like a band name. Should we start it? Peaks and valleys?
Yeah, we should.
Let's leave the rest behind.
So anyone listening, when it comes to steps or Or sleep.
Sleep. I don't know. I don't. That's the only thing I don't do well. I don't
You gotta sleep.
I know. I don't. I just like. I'm like grabbing my phone and like.
The phone.
The phone is a problem. I sleep next to my phone.
What good does a phone bring us in life?
I mean, look. I think everything in life has the good and bad.
Yeah. So do I.
I personally like that it connects me to people. I'm on FaceTime all day.
Yeah.
If somebody calls me regular, I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I need to see your face. Do not call me.
You want to look.
Either text or FaceTime.
Yeah.
The call is painful for me. I don't know why. I have to like, but I like that it connects me to people. It connects me to my fans. But then also anything in life, too much of it, right? Like being on social media all day.
Moderation.
Moderation.
Yeah. In all things, though.
That's hard, though.
But we have to find it, and it's tough sometimes. But and we all have our spots, you know. So, but for the people listening, it's more like, okay, start with something you can do. Small steps, and then build, and that's how you build anything.
I don't know if I'm like only if it's like I'm sure many people are like this. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I'm a very like black and white person, and I'm trying to learn that there's a lots of shades of gray.
There are,
right? But it's hard for me to live in the gray. But it's like even when I'm like trying to go on a diet or trying to work out or whatever, I'm like all in.
And then
the second I mess up, have like a bad day, I'm like, whatever. It's the holidays. Go all. If that one day turns into like 5 months.
same. But that's very normal. It's very.
It's human. Is that human? Is that like? Does everybody do that?
Yes.
Some people don't. Some people are just like so disciplined.
But you have to zoom out a little bit and realize like there's 5 or 6 categories in life.
Yeah.
One is health and fitness. One is work. Mm-hmm. What do we do? Where do we put our energy? Mm-hmm. One is relationships, so romantic or friends and family.
Yeah.
The other one is what I would consider like the spiritual side of life, transcendent side of life, whatever that is for you. Mm-hmm. And then there's our emotional life, which is kind of emotional health. One of those categories, every single one of us has weaker muscles.
Yep.
And then likely in a couple of those, we do very well.
Yes.
In a couple of those, we do okay.
Yep.
And then if we're able to be unjudgmental of ourselves.
Yes.
And analyze like where we're at, right? What's the truth, right? Not what I want it to be, but the thing we tend to do sometimes is, I think, my perspective, is we'll tell ourselves a story so that we can live with it.
True.
Instead of looking at and taking stock and going like, no, this is just where I'm at.
Because our mind tells us lies.
Right.
And it's everything is built on what we've been through in the past.
Yeah.
And it builds. So whatever you may go through, everybody has some form of trauma. It could have been something as small as your teacher taking away your toy in kindergarten, and that you can't judge people on what their trauma is. So now that's always subconsciously in your brain. Then your brain, like you build like your thought patterns are built from a very young age.
Yeah.
So then we start like building that inside of us, and it creates this pattern that follows us for the rest of our life.
And we get into cycles.
And we tell ourselves these stories and they could be completely false.
Yes.
And a lot of times it's really good. I use this, somebody said this to me in the studio. A writer said to me, sometimes instead of envisioning ourselves on the roller coaster, take a step back and like make believe you're watching the roller coaster.
Yeah, that's a good metaphor.
Because our thoughts lie to us a lot.
They do. They do. We it's very normal defense mechanism.
It's a safe space.
Yeah.
And to grow in life, this is so silly. I don't even want to talk about it, but I had something happen to me, nothing bad. It was stupid. Like, and I felt a little uncomfortable. Like, just like, I actually like that I feel uncomfortable in this. Nothing like, and I was like, I kind of think that it's good to be uncomfortable. And it's a lot of times when it comes to relationships, lives, work, whatever, we might know that something's not right for us, like a job that we're in or a relationship that we're in. And a lot of times I see people do things that are safe. And here we go back to moving forward and taking steps. And sometimes things will be scary, like, and it takes time, compassion. Here we are back with the steps. But also I can go really deep on this stuff. But to be honest with you, sometimes I feel like you got to also be like, enough of that.
Yeah, let's not be too overanalyzing.
Yeah, because then you get too in your head, and then like it's good to know these things, to be compassionate with you and yourself and everyone else. But also, I don't know.
You don't want analysis paralysis.
I don't mind analysis paralysis. But like sometimes it's like, But then I do think it's important. I want to go back to pushing yourself forward.
Yeah, you got to.
When you feel too safe, do you really want to, like, we live one life. Do you really want to, the truth is, in 200 years, let's say from now, the houses that we live in, all the stuff that we have, the down payments we made, the houses we're trying to save up for, the apartments, the jeans, the clothes, people will be living in our houses.
Yeah.
And that house will no longer be ours.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the materialistic things will no longer be ours. And then fast forward those 200 years, there will probably be one line in a history book about music in this time period. And I don't know if I'll be, it's going to probably have Michael Jackson and Madonna, which is fine. But what I'm trying to get to is we just need to live our lives and just do what makes us happy and just fulfill our lives for the best that we can.
That sounds nice.
Because do you know your great grandmother's name and like her backstory?
No.
Me neither.
I know they came from Ireland.
Okay. Ireland.
I think you're right. I've said this before, and I feel like I say it with respect.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying it in a criticism.
Yeah.
But when someone says, I want to be Elvis, I think, I don't want to die on a toilet when I'm 40. Okay? I'm not being mean.
Yeah, no.
I'm saying the tragedy of being the biggest.
There's people that I've looked up to all my life. And then I'm just like, it's funny when you look at certain people and you're like, the grass is not always greener on the other side. But go ahead, what you were saying. So you're saying I don't want to, poor Elvis, I don't know.
Yeah, poor Elvis.
Even Marilyn, I'm saying.
Oh, Marilyn
Monroe, icon.
The tragedy.
What a gorgeous woman. She really created this whole persona.
The tragedy.
She really created the whole persona of.
No doubt.
She was a very smart woman.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, very smart. Yeah, she played this certain role. Gorgeous, smart, but she knew how to play the part. She created this whole...
She was incredible, and so was Elvis. I'm not criticizing Elvis, and he seemed like a really sweet person, and he was incredibly talented, and he seemed like a good soul. The size of the success, very...
if somebody said to you, you could have been Elvis, but you're going to be dead by
I'm going to choose to be alive. It's not that I don't think people should be ambitious and should go for as big as they want.
Yep.
But understand there's a fantasy aspect of that doesn't come with a cost, with a sacrifice, with certain things that you may not want. And
like certain people that can't even go out.
Right. And is that a way to live? Not for me.
Some people like it. Some people like it. But I personally like being able to go to the mall or whatever. Some people notice me, take a picture, hey, BB, whatever. But imagine you can't even go to the mall. You can't even...
Well, it's the idea of like, I don't want to be a king. I don't want to be a president. I don't want to be anything like that. I don't want to be the biggest of anything. I want to be happy.
Absolutely.
I want to make things, hopefully, that I feel proud of.
Yep.
And the result of those sometimes is attention or some success in that way, which I'm grateful for. Mm-hmm. But also, I've grown to a place where I enjoy peace.
Yeah, peace is important.
And I enjoy, the best part of my life is the small part.
The small things, right?
The small part.
You like coffee?
I love coffee.
Like my favorite part of the day is waking up.
Yeah.
Cup of coffee.
The most important opinion in my life is my wife and kids. I'd be devastated if I
let them down. You want them to be proud of you.
If they were ashamed of me.
Yeah.
Or, so now I'm older now though. So when you're young, you're ambitious.
You're like, yeah, this, like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I mean, that's a fun period though too, because you're like, you can take more risks. Now you have to be, that if you take risks and you do something stupid, you have a whole family and people that you can't let down.
And you have a different measurement of what
success and happiness
is. So it's a young man's game in that sense of, I remember that period where I thought I wanted to be the biggest thing in the world, or I thought I wanted it all. But I didn't even know what that meant. And then you get older and you realize like, oh, I kind of see what that means. It's not that I don't think it must exist. Mm-hmm. Artists must create, people must go for the gusto, and they must get after it.
And like, if you want to, go right ahead.
Go for it.
Go for it. But I agree, like for me, I always just really loved making music.
That part is the best part.
Like I really just loved it.
Well, you're good at it.
I wasn't always good at it. And I have my moments, but I just loved it. I loved the feeling of it. I loved how it made me feel. I loved how it was therapeutic, sitting in my parents' basement with all their storage stuff. Got a job, bought my own computer, 2 KRK speakers, a cheap microphone, was making beats on GarageBand with my keyboard. I couldn't even buy a MIDI. And I always just loved the music part of it. That was always, I never was like, I think when I was younger, I was like, I want to be a famous singer. But then after when I like learned how to write and start producing, I was like, I just love this. And I think all the other things kind of come with it. And some people just have a different approach. For me, it's like I was never really into like...
How old were you when you started that in your parents' basement?
Oh, wow. Like 14?
I always wonder like who told that 14-year-old girl she could do that?
Nobody.
Right?
Nobody.
Right. So
Yeah.
It was you.
Literally nobody. I mean, I had like my parents at the time, like my dad's an immigrant, like they didn't want my dad. It was more so like he was scared. Like
Right.
he thought it was a waste of time.
Jeez.
And even came to a point like right before I had my first big hit as a songwriter, he was like, you gotta like make a decision. Like you can't be sitting in this basement all the time and like making music. Like you either gotta like get a job. I had a job, but then I like whatever. And then he's like,
Means to an end.
he's like, you either gotta go back to work or you gotta go back to school.
Right.
Because I had done 2 years at college, at Baruch College in New York City for music management. And then I had gotten signed when I was 19 to my first deal. And that fell apart. And then I was like in my early 20s. And I had my job at the time, everything. But then I got into like when I got dropped, I was like, oh, it was tough. But that's when I went back into writing. I just like, then it became like that pain, like just made me want to like, I don't know. It was like therapy for me.
Well, at the time you'd given that deal a whole lot of credit. You thought that was
I thought that was the make or break.
Yeah,
So
it wasn't.
when that fell through, that first deal, when it fell through, it was really tough for me because what was I like 22, 23? I don't even remember. It was tough because I didn't understand the business aspect of it and I was still very green and I learned a lot.
Of course.
But you have a whole team of people at a label, from product managers to the creative people to the A&Rs to all the executives, you know, calling you, what's up, talking to you, this and that. And then out of nowhere, poof, not one person checks up on you. Not one person answers your call because they no longer see you as a product. You're not part of the company anymore. So then they're like, goodbye. So to me, that happened and then didn't have management. And then I remember the day, it was like terrible. I think I was on 14th Street or whatever. And I walked like from 14th Street all the way to the ferry.
It's over.
Yeah, I was like, it's over for me.
It's over.
It's over. And then I was dramatic. I like stayed home for 3 months.
Yeah. Well, you'd never been through that before.
Yeah, I felt like it was over. Like I felt like,
Right.
I ruined my shot. It didn't work out.
Had someone, if I was there,
Yeah.
I'm like, hey kid, it's tough. Bad day. Back tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's other deals.
Yeah.
Widen your view of what this thing is
We think it like when we're like, I feel like as humans, we think everything is like do or die.
and it's only one.
Back to the black and white, it can only be this one thing and it's never that.
And-
even when it's like relationships, record deals, work,
Likely, if I asked you now, had that deal worked out,
it would not be where I was at. No way.
Would that have been good luck?
No,
Right.
I was at that time, I was in such a dark place because I was I was like in a holding period,
Yeah.
which a lot of times labels will do, especially to younger, newer artists, because essentially they're like tax write-offs,
Yeah.
which is messed up.
True.
But
We're a commodity.
So if people don't know, you know, they'll sign younger artists and yeah, they'll spend a couple $100,000, but then that's like a tax write-off for them. You know,
Yeah.
they'll do that for the whole bunch of younger artists.
And what a lot of people don't know is how much success you've had as a songwriter. Because as an artist, you have so much success. 39 million Spotify monthly listeners. I was shocked at that number.
Yeah.
A lot of listeners
Yeah.
by a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
You had 4 songs over 1 billion streams.
Which one? Yeah. Okay.
You have. Okay. This is a fact.
I know
Spotify gives me this stuff directly.
Okay.
I talk to them.
Oh, really?
I'm very close with Spotify.
Okay, good to
They
know.
tell me stuff.
Okay.
They're like, major mover,
Major mover.
big songs. I mean, and then the co-writing, which is the part I love the craft. So I appreciate people like you who have talent in the craft of writing songs. And you've co-written big songs, and you have Grammys.
I was nominated. The Monster won a Grammy.
Yeah, but you didn't get a Grammy for that
because
you didn't perform it.
No, it was at the time. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I'm not sure. At the time,
But
they
you've
were
been nominated.
Yes,
You're Grammy nominated.
but not. Did you ever win a Grammy? You've won a Grammy,
You've
right?
smelled the Grammy,
I've been close enough.
right?
I've been close enough.
You got to go like this.
Yes, close
Oh,
enough.
I can almost taste it.
Yeah, I know.
I have no nominations, no wins, never even been to the Grammys.
Are you serious?
100%. And I've done all the things they asked me to do. When they say, come play the Grammy thing, it'll put you in the conversation. But
You're joking.
I'm not joking.
What?
I'm not bitter about it. I wear it as a badge of
I feel
honor.
like that's crazy.
It's the truth. You are...
Wow. That's insane. Sorry, I'm not like, can't get over that.
No, it's okay. Like I feel
But when
like...
but at that time, did it bother you? Because at the end of the day, now I know you want that recognition.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I've never said this out loud.
Okay.
But I'm being very honest.
Okay.
It's a trust exercise.
Okay.
The Grammys used to be the announcement of the Grammys used to be really like, I can't explain it. Like I didn't stay in the house or anything, but like I used to get really sad because every year I'd kind of hope that like, and I didn't know how it worked when I was younger.
Yeah. I just didn't like, go ahead. Sorry.
I'd be like,
I know how you feel.
I would like go and see like who got nominated. Maybe I did this year. This is the one. This is a great record. And never even like a freaking like mention. And I would get really like down. And I'd be a little depressed, like a little sad.
I don't even look like at the past. I don't even like look at when they make the announcements. I don't even I mean, I can't.
I did every year.
But
then I stopped. I stopped when I got older and I realized like I kind of made like this peace with it. Like, oh, I'm not a Grammy artist.
What?
I'm not a Grammy type artist. And then I got
a lot of your fans would disagree.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I do not reject it at all. I appreciate that you would even think I had a Grammy. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy.
Okay, good.
The fact that you say that, like, I can tell you're surprised, makes me feel like really good. So thank you.
You want to hear? Yeah, I'm still shocked, but I was nominated one year for Best New Artist and then Country Song, Meant to Be with Florida Georgia Line.
It smells so good.
So we had
the Grammy.
I didn't want to do this because my team was like, we feel like you're going to win for Meant to Be. Like, we just have a really good feeling.
Yeah, you should.
So they had set up my mom too, had set up a whole party at the house.
Oh.
You guys, I didn't want...
You're so sweet.
So, didn't win Best New Artist. And then I was like, okay, you know what? And then it went to Country Song. And then I was like, I was sitting in my seat. I was so nervous. And then they go, Best Country Song, Dan and Shay, Tequila. And my heart just dropped into my stomach. And I could, respect that it was a great song. Big
It's
hit.
not about the other artists. It's the experience you had. That's all.
No,
it's
but then going back home to all the balloons and the people,
it's
that
sweet.
was really hard. I'm not gonna lie, I went like just straight to my bedroom, I had this big red dress on, took my dress off and just laid on the bed.
Okay, but here's the thing.
I was so sad. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, after that, you're like, you try, when you see like the artists on camera and they're like deep down, it hurts. You're gonna be happy for them, but deep down it hurts, it
like
still
this.
hurts. When they do those camera shots, I think it's so evil when they do those camera shots of the people when they lose. That is the ultimate, like...
Did they say my name? That would be me. I'd be like, did they say my name? I can't tell. But no, what I'm saying is this, okay? I'm laughing, but here's the thing, that I never want you to give up.
Yeah.
Okay, and me too. Okay?
Yeah.
That I wanted to win.
Oh, yeah. Of
and
course.
That I was disappointed.
Same.
And I had to act like it was cool. That's cool. Okay. I don't want to fucking Grammy anyways.
Yeah.
But no,
I feel like anytime people say something, like bigger artists don't want to get into it, it's because I don't personally, like, I believe in love and hate.
Yeah.
But I don't really truly believe in hate. I believe that hate is confused love. If something moves you enough for you to feel an anger towards it, there's something in there that doesn't feel right or is confused. Because if you really didn't care, if it didn't bother you, you'd just be like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I believe like when artists say that, I feel like kind of.
Yeah.
But then I feel like that's their way of, you know, speaking out to kind of get over it because it does hurt.
They're dealing with it.
Nobody ever, I think, intends to make bad art. That's why I try not to judge people. You think somebody goes, oh, today I'm going to make this painting. I want to make the worst painting ever. I want to make a bad song. Everybody's always just trying their best and doing what they can. But when artists say they don't care, I'm like, look, it's not everything. I understand what they mean. When you get older, you're like, okay, it's not everything. But you still would love the recognition. You still would love, I think it's more so the recognition of your peers, you know, and everything in the industry and everything in life is about perception. And now I'm starting to see it more than ever. I'm around people, meet the biggest celebrities. Some of them are iconic. And then some of them I'm like,
And here's the truth too. It's not a game that you can win. It's a human-based system that is
based on perception.
The members vote to get through the first round. And then when the next round comes, it's committees.
Yes.
Of who goes in on the ballot, whatever. And then the members vote again. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
There's 50 people or 100 people in this category. And then people are just scanning through looking for maybe the one artist they want to vote for. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, oh. It's not this system that it's an old system, even though it's done online now, whatever. It's still what I would do if I were the Grammys is I would impart a couple elements into the process. I would have one part digital, a feed of actual success.
Like online, like your
streams, your views, and then that should count.
Like how you move culture a little bit too.
Right. That should count towards.
Okay, I understand that. But then now here's this.
Yeah.
You could also argue that popular music, whatever it may be, streams, hits and stuff like that. But then you could also argue that there's also artists out there that maybe have music that is incredible that have not been given that opportunity. Because sometimes you'll see some people win and I'm like, I don't know who this person is. But then I'm like Googling them. I'm like, oh, wow, this person's amazing.
That's the human part.
Okay.
So that part.
X the human part.
That part should exist.
Okay, good.
But there should be some more modern. If we account if in 2026, what constitutes a platinum record's different than it was in 1980.
True.
If what constitutes all these different categories, that the metrics are different now. There are things like the Grammys that need to be modernized more. The Grammys have been super focused on diversification, which is a good thing.
Yes.
But that's been the MO for the last, I would say 10 years, right? They've been trying to make it more diverse, more representative. That's really good.
Yeah, I love that.
That's different from the voting system. Okay. So the Grammys have made strides in lots of ways. Mm-hmm. And then in other ways, they're still, in my opinion, behind and it's not a system that's like perfect. And by the way, I think they probably would agree with me. So I'm not afraid to say this out loud. And I also am not at risk. I've never won a Grammy and I don't ever plan on it.
I'm not saying anything because
I'm not scared.
I'm still in the running. I don't know.
You still have
Unless we do a song together.
Yes. Well, I'll probably win then.
I feel like, come on, bro.
But I'm saying,
like, what? No Grammy, no nom? Are you kidding me?
I think that
still not over that, bro.
I think you have a lot of Grammy.
Maybe I should do just like, I was saying I want to do a classical album.
All of it.
Because I studied opera for a while.
Wow.
And that's what I wanted to do. But then, I don't know, I ended up in pop music. Maybe I should do
popular music?
Popular music.
Yeah, well, you're popular.
Popular?
It's a good thing. Classical's cool.
I love randomly, like, I don't remember where we were recently. I have a bad memory. Somewhere in Europe. And I booked an opera. And I went to go see an opera. I'll do it sometimes alone.
That's good.
I love it. I love it. It's so inspiring. Like the costumes, the way, the versions they do of each. Like I saw the 3-part act of Puccini. And like I love Gianni C. I'm going to say it wrong. But there's a song that I love.
That's sweet.
Why is that sweet? That's just like something I like.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's nice to enjoy beauty.
Yeah.
And like beautiful things that aren't necessarily, the payoff is how it makes you feel when you watch it and it's beautiful. I like it.
You don't like opera. I could tell by the way you're saying this.
No, I'm not particularly. No. I like opera. I like your opera.
But have you ever heard an opera singer live? Like been in like the.
Yes.
It doesn't
it's
speak
beautiful.
to you? Yeah.
It doesn't move me.
What moves you? Music wise, like what can you listen to and you're like, I have goosebumps and like
A musical.
wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what kind of musical?
Any great musical, Les Mis, or even
Wow.
modern ones like
What is the difference to you of a music? I mean, I know there's differences, but what is it that moves you that classic like opera can't move you?
I think opera is so I love classical music.
Yes.
So I listen to classical music a lot in the morning. A lot of times we have like Chopin or different kinds of classical music playing. In fact, in my Spotify Wrapped every year, my top 3 is classical music.
Interesting.
So I do listen to a lot of classical music. The style of singing, I don't love it.
Interesting.
I think it's
like
beautiful.
like the heavy, like the oh, like that.
and
I could see that.
I do think like the voice as an instrument.
But also it depends on the type of. Now like I'm trying to get you to like come onto the opera side. Trying to like. I also think it depends on the type of voice.
I'm
Because
sure.
a lot of them could be a lot like heavier, and I think in the years it's changed where it's more about clarity and like I don't know. I personally also like an opera singer that's more Inva Mula. Like she did a song that ended up being in The Fifth Element, where they like remember when it was like da 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 da. They took her voice and like you probably don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I like to hear you sing though. That's nice.
That's not singing, but
But it is. I heard a
da,
little
da,
bit.
da. No,
Yeah.
not really.
But you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
See, that was cool to me.
Yeah.
I want to play it for you.
But I like a musical is a bit like
Is
opera.
it because you like musicals because you can understand them better too?
They
because they're-
captivate my imagination.
Yeah.
They capture me.
Yeah. I used to do musicals in high school. We would put 2 on a year.
You were like a theater nerd?
Yeah, it was.
That's sweet.
Little Shop of Horrors, Jesus Christ Superstar, Fiddler on the Roof,
And you just loved it? Is that
Hello
why you did it?
Dolly. I loved it. Actually love musicals. They actually asked me to do something on Broadway, but I just was too busy.
Do you think that what I hear and see when you tell me about your younger life in your parents' basement or at school doing musicals and then trying really hard and getting your first deal and then it falls through and then becoming a huge success. But do you think that the little girl, because it sounds like you were very sweet and like you just wanted to make stuff and like and imagine things and make things and feel like that part of you
Of course.
felt alive and you were,
Like the fairy tale part.
right.
Like the unjaded part.
Right. This
Like like when you're younger, I feel like all kids and babies are like angels.
yeah. We just want to play
Yeah.
and we see the world in a really nice way. But do you think that you had somewhere in the experience of growing up and then coming into a really hard industry that like no one prepped you for it. No one sat you down and said, okay, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
Your first deal is going to fall through. And then you're going to keep going and then this will likely happen. And then that'll happen probably down there. And then, you know what, you're going to have a hit song there. And then likely this will happen. And then, so just get ready. And
Well, who was going to tell me that?
right.
My dad who came from Albania?
Right.
Macedonia?
So, me too. Right. Me too. Like,
My dad was making pizza, like, you know what I
Right.
mean? For $2.75 an hour.
yeah.
Like,
The whole mission statement of my company, that is a great company, MDDN, can I be the guy I wish I'd met? Period.
oh,
Done. Period. That's it. Can we just be the guys
you met somebody that helped kind of guided you through?
that I wish I'd met?
Oh,
Can I be the
Yeah.
guy that I wish I'd met? And who is that guy? Well, he's a guy who would encourage me. He would explain things to me so that I could learn them and keep them instead of me need him so that he could take advantage of my need of him. And that's the way this business works. And so what I'm saying is it's not like this business is full of awful people. There are bad actors in every single business, whether it's medicine or if it's churches or if it's the music industry or if it's anywhere that you could say sounds like a good place. Oh, doctors save lives. And there's some bad
also,
ones.
you know what? So what I want to say, maybe there's doctors out there that just passed their exam.
Right.
And
They're
they
not
became
great.
a doctor, just passed their exam.
They're not very competent.
Well, maybe
or-
they end up being, you don't know.
Right.
Because I think a good doctor, not to get into something different now, but like I understand what you're saying is like,
There's bad people, but
yeah.
there is good people too.
Oh, a lot.
and it takes a village, right?
It does take a village.
Right? So that's my point is I'm not saying the music industry is any different from any other industry. But
yeah, you could be working
But
anywhere.
we are sold like it's this fantasy and all your dreams come true. And
the industry, you mean? Or you're talking about just life? Or
just the idea of success in this thing we do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to grow up and be a rock star, right? What does that mean? We're told it's this amazing thing. It's got aspects of it that are incredible. And then there's aspects of it that no one tells you about.
Yeah.
And there's, right?
Yes.
And so you've lived it.
The good times are great. And then the bad times are really bad.
And there's plenty of stuff, right?
In between, up and down, it's all the above. It's really how you finish your thought, though, because I don't want to cut you off.
The young woman who had dreams, who sets out and who's got talent, and she's like,
I had
first deal falls through.
I had such a drive. I had such a drive.
And you still do.
Yes, but I was more like, I felt more like not jaded. Like I really loved it, and I felt like I was too naive, a little bit too insecure, a little like I was very. I knew that I didn't look like the artist that I grew up on. I know I didn't look that way. I was always like never had like the abs, and I was always trying to find myself. You never had abs?
No.
Yeah. When I was like super, super fit at one point, the only thing I ever got was like the side, like the thing. I could never get. That's too hard.
What I'm saying though.
Sorry, let's go back to the thing.
Question.
Sorry, let me focus.
So my question.
Okay, what's the question?
Do you feel like at some point you had, whether you were conscious of it or not, had to push her back and protect her and become someone that could do that to
somebody else
or just not someone, not like you had to be a different person.
Yeah.
But you had, like you said, to become jaded.
Yeah.
To protect what it is to experience this industry as a sweet, naive, excited dreamer.
Yeah.
Who believes in the good. We've all done it. But to recognize that I had to do that to survive is important.
I think that's just life in general, though.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't mean to make everything about life, but I think that's life in general. It's really corny. But if I were to say something to you, if you were to think of yourself as your youngest age, what age would you think of yourself? Like, it could be not youngest. It could be like, when I say, Joel, look back on your, like when you were younger, what age comes to mind right away?
15.
So that's probably
where I got stuck.
Not where you got stuck, but you probably faced some trauma. Something happened in your life that really affected you.
Big time.
And not me trying to be a therapist right now, but
you are. Therapize.
The one thing I've learned is it's silly. It's silly. But
right.
If you could go back and imagine that 15-year-old boy is like in the chambers of your heart right now.
Yeah.
And he's like inside of you. Like, what would you say to him? Like, if you could say, like, I'm here to protect you. Like, I'm here now. I got you. Like, I won't let anything bad happen to you anymore. And I think those younger kids live inside of us. And we need to remind ourselves, because we're still, like, I feel like everybody lives with some type of hurt and some type of trauma. And we have to go back and say, and you have to go back to the 15-year-old Joel and be like, hey, I know this happened to you, but now I'm older, I'm more grown, and I got you. And I got you. Why don't you go, like something you would have loved when you were 15, like, why don't you go to the arcade real quick? Here's some cash. You know, if you make up this story, like, here's some cash and just go play at the arcade. And then whenever you're ready, come back, I'll be here. And I think it's like those little things that sound really silly that like help us feel like we find that and like protect ourselves and like heal ourselves through those ways.
You're really good.
I know. I really want to study psychology at some point.
You've already studied it. You just described inner child work.
Yes.
Which
is really important, and I really recommend it.
But you're really good. Yeah. You came on my show and you're going to make me cry?
I'm sorry. I saw it, so I kind of pulled back a little bit.
No, you hit me.
I don't want to, because I'm not a therapist like that, but I could also
you are,
but
though.
I could also, I've been through a lot and personally, and have really tried to work on myself.
I can tell.
Yeah, try to work on myself. And, you know, I'm not a doctor. So, you know. I
say it all the time on this show.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, but
it is a hobby.
But it's a really interesting question that I've been asked before, and that if you were to think of an age, anybody in this room right now or watching, the age comes to you immediately.
At 15.
And then you got to go back and say, why this age? What happened to me? Why did I feel scared at this age? What changed? What thing was triggering to me? And then we have to go back and really like heal ourselves from that age, because there's something that lives with us forever.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to get to is, a lot of times we do get jaded. We're living this life. Things happen. You're in a music industry. You're in a relationship. You're wherever you are, and people will leave you high and dry.
Yeah, it's real life.
People will hurt you. You will get jaded. And that's what's making you stronger though. But then you have to get to a point where you need to show up for that little boy or little girl inside of you that's still inside you that feels hurt.
Because that's also the kid who
had the dream
and got you here. If that kid had never started making beats in her parents' basement and dreaming of what she would become and what was possible, you wouldn't be here. Yeah. But somehow along the way, we discount that kid.
Oh, we lose it. I lost it for a second after all the hurt.
We all do.
After all the hurt and like all the music business drama, and you know, it's really tough sometimes. You know, it's been, I'm really grateful for what I do, because you have to say that, because then people are like, I'm blessed. But it is really hard sometimes, especially when I'm around other peers, or it could be in that Grammy situation, or just at certain award shows. And it does feel like high school, you know, and I've never felt like I was part of the cool kids. You know, maybe you did, because you were kind of like in a band.
I didn't.
Really?
No,
I never felt like I was part of the cool kids. I remember being at my first, like the iHeartRadio Awards, and sitting around all these like celebrities and stuff like that. And I just felt like I didn't belong. I had such bad imposter syndrome.
But you're so cool.
See, but I don't like...
I know you maybe don't think you are, but I'm, as an outsider, I just go, look at this cool girl here.
Yeah.
Look at her coming in here. All cool.
All cool.
Like, you come across very strong and confident.
But people, now, but I feel like, you know, you want to be, you know, this industry is brutal. You know, but you have to come to a certain place where you stop looking for the permission or acceptance of others. Or
this perceived idea that like, if I'm not careful, I start comparing myself to I'm
so over that, you know, honestly.
But how am I supposed to look at 47? How am I supposed to be? How am I supposed to? And I think don't see you're putting. Sorry, look, I feel like this is turning into a therapy session. It is.
I would be like a therapist though. Like I would help you, but then I'd be like, okay, Joel, let's snap out of this. I don't care that you're 47 years old. Yeah. You got your life ahead of you. I don't know. Maybe you're going to make one of your best albums.
Maybe.
I don't know. You don't know. So let's stop doing this. We're not doing this self-sabotage shit.
That's what we have. You know? But that's the thing is like,
we got to like, you know, like.
You said it.
Am I being too New York and too like harsh?
No, I love it. You're like the sister everyone needs to tell them like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Get out there. You know what I mean?
Well, because look, I'm going to keep saying this. Now I see in life, everything is about perception. Some people just play the game better. I met somebody, one of the biggest producers, and they said, I met the biggest stars in the world. And I will tell you, they're just the best actors and actresses. Right. And they really have a different type of confidence. They don't ask for permission. They just do. And they definitely feel insecure, but they just can play the part so good. Fake it till you make it. And for me, I was always this girl who was always like, is this good? Can this be this? What should the single be? Even though I knew in my heart, what should the single be? What should it look like? I just want to make everybody happy at the label. You know, is everybody happy? Is everybody happy? And then instead of following your gut, then you get caught up in this thing. And now I've come to a place where I'm like, you know what? Like if I end up in a room and people don't want to like give me recognition or whatever, or my flowers, I'm like, cool, bro. Like, that's fine. Like, I'm going to like go home to my dog and like watch my favorite show.
I'm good.
Like, I'm tired of asking for permission. Like, I don't like, who the are you? You go home, you the same way I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Truth. Like, look at my PR looking at me like, oh gosh.
That's the truth.
No, but I'm just saying, like, we all end up in the same spot. We all end up in the same spot. You know what I mean? Well, 6 feet under. 6 or 7.
This is true.
6 feet under. You know what I mean? Unapologetic. Let's get to Dirty Blonde now.
Yeah. Okay. So I will say, before we talk about Dirty Blonde,
I think you would love my song, The Way I Want You. It's really good. It goes into like big guitar moments, and it's like, but the way it starts is sick. It's so good.
It's not one that's been released yet.
No, like all those ones that have been released are more like dance and like, right. But like my favorites are like the more like Time, which talks about like time, you know, time, like feeling like I wasted a lot of my good years on the wrong people or like in the wrong situations,
that's relatable.
at the wrong labels and wanting to, it's actually, the lyric is time. Feels like I wasted all my innocence, wasted all my best years on you.
Real.
I'm trying to find the girl that I once knew, you know, so many good times, but I never had a good time, you know, and those songs are really important to me on the project.
Do you love this record?
I do. Yeah. I wanted to like, I feel like I can always do better. This is the problem with me, but there are some records on there that I'm like absolutely like so proud of, like The Way I Want You. I'm so proud of that song. I just like love like how it starts. Cause the thing is like with me, I'm just like, I don't like being stuck in a box. And I grew up on so many sound, like so many different, like, I feel like especially you, when you came up with your band, like you had a sound, you did. And it was iconic, you know? And for me, it's like, I'm always like kind of songwriter first. And I just hate being stuck in a box. And with like my song, The Way I Want You, it's like the perfect mix of like live instrumentation, a little bit of rhythmic. We have those live, like big, heavy guitars, but then it goes into like a dance moment. It's just like, that's like how I would say who I am, a little bit of all of that.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't put you in a box.
Thank you.
You have a ton of experience. You've been like you've always been experimenting with like
all the time,
like from the beginning.
Which could be like also like some, you know, I'll read comments online and people will be like, Bebe, like, come on, just stick to a brand, whatever. And I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
This is like, not to be like, you know, like not to be like, what's the word? Egotist. I don't know what the proper word is.
You can't find the word. It ain't true.
Okay. Well, there you go. But for me, it's like, I've been in the room. I've written with Dolly Parton and I've written with Florida Georgia Line and then David Guetta and then songs for Eminem, Nicki Minaj, Rihanna. Like it's like
you've been here.
So I've been here, but it's like the thing with me is it comes down. What I feel like people are not understanding is like it comes down to the songwriting.
Yeah.
Because they see me and they'll probably in the past everything was so glossed over because I was at major labels and they want everything at the time to look a certain way, so they'll gloss you over and then they don't get to see who the real you is, which the real me is just a girl from New York City, Albanian, like very unapologetic, maybe a little too real at times. And like also just somebody that's just, you know, always just trying to like speak their truth. But it comes down to the songwriting. And for me, I don't want to be stuck. Like I said, if I want to do a classical album next, I'm going to do that.
Should. I think you grew up in front of everyone because you were young when you started. I think that if there's any question, you know, for me, I have zero questions. You're talented, hardworking. You've been here. You've done everything you just said. You don't have to say, right? Sometimes people make you feel like you might have to say, I've done all this, because in the world that we live in, the bad are so good at making the good think they're bad. You don't need to explain just because your resume isn't in front of you the way some people's are in other places. Like the thing about being a creative is we don't walk in the room with this stack of papers of everything we've ever done, right? But you did it. And I know that. And everyone that knows what they know, right? Like, and people that are for real can see it. But what I see is you're very sweet. So that's a good thing. But you're talented, you work hard, and you got stuff.
Chutzpah.
What?
Chutzpah.
Yeah, that's it. It's that New York.
Keep going. That's 3. Go ahead.
Like claws. It's like, I'm from New York. Don't tell me, right? Which is a good thing.
Not to go off the thing, but I remember when I first started in the music business, like I was working with some like big producers and stuff, and I was always I didn't know the LA vibes.
Yeah.
So I'd walk in the room, and then they would like sit down with me after and be like, "How was the session?" I'm like, "Terrible." And then I remember leaving, and then I told a really big producer that because I was working with one of his producers, and I was like, it was terrible. And then his manager pulled me aside after and was like, you don't tell blah, blah, blah.
You better watch it, kid.
No, you don't tell him that it was bad. You say it was good, and then you come to me and say it was bad. I'm like, but why?
Exactly.
I'm like, so I was never like that. Hey, everybody, I'm so happy to be here.
It's a good thing.
You know, I was like, let's get this. I got this idea. I want the beat to sound like this. And then I was always like the girl in the room that was like, knew what she wanted. And everybody's like,
well, that's a part of your success. It's you. The more you can be, the more you are. And
so
then
be you.
Are you excited for Dirty Blondes? Like, are you like, I can't wait for this album to come out.
There's so much I want to do,
Isn't that a good feeling?
Yeah, but there's so much I want to do that I'm like, I can't sleep.
You got to get some sleep. It's 6 hours minimum.
I do like 4 or 5.
Okay. You got to do more than that.
I know. Sleep
7's a sweet spot.
I mean, I wish I could sleep 9 hours.
You should try relaxing magnesium before bed.
Okay.
It really works.
I've tried it before, I think.
It works for me.
Really?
Yeah. But I put my phone away.
I don't put my phone away. That's the thing.
You can't fall asleep with the phone.
I know. But anyway, let's go back so we can end this on a positive note.
Yes. This is going to be a really big episode. It's going to do really well.
I hope so.
And everybody loves you. And
not everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Not everybody, but they should. No, I'm just kidding. Not everybody, but that's all right. That's all right. I'm going to make you love me, baby.
I think you are so talented and you've worked really hard. And I know you know that already because you did it, but it's good to hear it because you're in the middle of a career that has so much optionality
and potential. Beyond
potential, because you're no longer a person who just has potential. Of course you have potential. Yeah. You've proven the potential was there and it's solid. It's in the billions of streams. Yeah. It's in the fact that your name.
But for me, I want to jump in on that.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
I don't mind.
For me, I think during COVID, like I feel like we lost like so many years of our lives.
We did.
And we don't remember that it's 7 years ago. And where I was at in my career and the things that led up to, when I was in that nominated for those Grammys at that year when it was meant to be a brand new artist, a best new artist, there was such an amazing feeling and an energy happening. And then a lot of unfortunate events happened like in a row, boom, 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 that fans could feel it online and they don't know all of the background behind it, but it did really eat away at me as a person. And it became very hard for a very long time because I felt like I was, and this is beyond label. I mean, and I felt like I was really stuck.
Your experience, yeah.
And I was in a really low place. And the one thing that killed me for such a long time was when I had put out my EPs and my first album, there was such an energy. It was the culture, it was the people, it was the fans. And that to me is the most important part. And then somewhere along the line, I felt like I was diluted. Mm-hmm. I was diluted because I maybe wasn't around the right people. Maybe they were trying to chase what a hit would be, what a pop star looked like, rather than like, who is Bebe Rexha? And like, what does she stand for? What's her story? Where is she from? And that's the most important thing. And I think now I feel like I've been able to come back with an incredible team of people that are like uplifting me to a point where it doesn't feel like I'm in a cage or I'm like reaching and desperate for like that. To me, it's like being able to build the fan base and the people back to where the energy is just, to me, the culture and the people is like the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Beyond the billion streams, even though you said that, like great billions of streams. But to me, it's like, I'm sure you can go on the road and still sell out because you have those hardcore fans.
We're very fortunate.
Yes.
But what I would offer is the experience you had. If you didn't have it, where you got to where you are now, I can see it and feel it, is that as you know who you are. And I think that had you not gone through that, you might still be asking that question.
Absolutely.
And so sometimes it's painful to go through those moments.
Oh, yeah.
But what you experienced is important. And it is kind of like your story, your growth, your arc, all that. There's nothing better than to arrive on solid ground where I know who I am. I know how I feel. I know when I have a feeling like, that's it. I don't have to question it anymore, because I had to go through all the questioning and all the people and all the bad people and all the relationships and all that. They are just a vehicle. They are just a lesson. They are just our teachers. It's not personal. Feels personal at the time. And then I look back and I go, thank you for teaching me.
Yes.
And so where I think you are now, the new album and just sitting with you.
Yeah.
I say what you've accomplished. One, to give you to give you credit.
Yeah.
Right? Because you deserve it. Because you worked hard to have it. And that girl didn't have to leave her parents' basement and put herself out there. And this world is hard. And it is hard for us to step out in front of everyone and go, hey, look at me, here's my song. And then we have to stand by while everyone says the good, the bad, and everything in between, right? And what I have to remind myself is I kind of take it all with a grain of salt, because now I know who I am. And I'm on solid ground, and I know what I think, how I feel. And
you just know yourself.
And you know yourself, but you have to go through all that to get here.
To really be like strong in your, and some people, it takes them a different time, you know, to get to that.
Everyone's journey is a different timeline, right? But you're on yours, and yours is yours. That's it. No one else gets to have it. No one else gets to own it. It's just you. And what I say to give you your credit of all the things you've accomplished, and when I say your career ahead of you, I would not say it's potential. I would say it's a matter of what you decide to do. You're proven. It's not a question now.
As long as I'm alive, I ain't going nowhere. Let me tell you that.
So just stay alive.
God forbid
10,000
something
steps.
might happen. I don't know. But if I'm still alive, honey.
6,500 steps.
Yeah, 6,500 steps, small steps, believe in yourself.
But I'm just saying, congratulations
Thank you
on all the success. And thanks for coming, and good luck with the record. I'm really rooting for you.
Thank you. Thanks, Joel. I appreciate you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to this episode of Artist Friendly. You can also watch the episodes on Spotify. Spotify premium users get no commercial breaks on my show. Make sure to follow, like, and comment, because I always read the comments.